And now, next up,
Next up, we'd like you to sing some Christmas carols for us.
and then Harry Potter after that. Are you a big Christmas guy?
Mate, it'd be good if I was here for a white Christmas. Back home it's very sunny, you know what I mean?
I think in Vegas that means something different.
Yeah, exactly right. But I mean, yeah, man, of course, I've got kids. I've got 2 girls, and the beauty about this card, I get to go back home and celebrate Christmas. And not only celebrate Christmas, I get to bring back a shiny belt for Christmas. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a very special Christmas, this one, and I can't wait to share it with the family.
Do you feel a difference in a title fight than you have in your other UFC fights? Does this one feel different to you?
Yeah, look, it's going to feel a little bit different, but at the same time, I'm keeping myself composed and level-headed as I always do. It's still another job that needs to be done. It's another challenge that I'm looking at. Again, man, yeah, there maybe be a little bit more media than usual, a little bit more attention and things like that. But at the same time, I'm so good in these situations that there's no more pressure than normal. It's normal for me. This is what I do. This is a process that gets me ready for my fight. So I'm good, man. I'm really good. This ain't adding pressure to me.
When you look at the featherweight division and you look at this title fight, if you could pick anyone, is Max the guy you'd want to win the title from?
Yeah, it is. You know what I mean? Not only he's the champion, and now he's arguably the GOAT. So they're saying that, and he's in his prime still. So I go out and take him out. People are going to have to run. You know, they probably still look for excuses. They're probably going to say big weight cut and whatnot. But I mean, he's a great champion, and I plan on being a great champion as well. A nice, humble, respectful champion like him. And I wouldn't mind taking it off him because he's been talking about going to lightweight. So the nice guy I am, I get to do him the favour, take that belt and let him move to lightweight. So, you know what I mean? That's the type of guy I am. So I'm looking, you know what I mean? Good bloke, you know. I get to punch someone's face into doing them a favour. So, you know what I mean? It's pretty good.
When people talk about dominating champions like your John Joneses, people like that, and I think Max is probably a dominating champion at this point, they always say, oh, the challenger, you're going to have to beat him twice. But it sounds like you think once you get him this time, he's gone.
Only because, obviously, he's talking about moving up. You know what I mean? Like, does he look at much left? He looks like he'll make weight, so I'm sure he's going to be in good nick for today, but there's only so much you want to do this, you know what I mean? But especially if you go out and you lose, that might make that decision a little bit easier. So that's all I'm saying that. But if he wants that rematch, he definitely deserves it. But I mean, again, I know the question's going to be asked, you know, what separates me from the rest of the fighters? And, you know what I mean, I believe the guy, the run that he's had, I believe there were more of the old school type of fighters. This game has evolved, and I'm that new generation fighter. And you know what I mean? And I think the things that he does well, and that's been so effective on the old generation fighters, won't work on me because I'm very well aware of it. And plus my style is a style to really give Max a hard time. I know I skipped the question. You'll probably about to ask me that sooner or later, but there it is.
Thanks for doing my job for me.
No worries.
But so, with that in mind, do you think a lot of people compare you, I think, to Chad Mendes? You've got the same sort of build and stuff. Do you think that's unfair to you?
Well, that's. I don't want to sound disrespectful, but people.
You may as well. You've been nice so far, so you may as well be a bit mean.
I mean, like, obviously, you're going to get casuals that are going to see me. They don't see the technique involved. They don't see the things that I do. They see me swing for punches. You know what I mean? They see me go for takedowns. They see my body size, and they automatically think I'm like Chad Mendes. And you know what I mean? They expected me to have the same problems that Chad Mendes did with Aldo. Look what happened. I completely shut one of the greatest of all time down by pure technique, and that these same casuals don't even know what I've done. They just think he didn't show up. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I just mean this game's changing. This goes so much deeper than what people know. And I'm more than well aware of that. I know what Max does really well, and we're prepared for that. We're prepared for that. We're aware of it, and we're ready to take it on.
You talk like a contender who is very, very confident, and I mean every fighter is confident, right? But you have an air about you, I think, which is fair to say. You think this is something a bit of destiny to you. When a fighter's like that, and let's say you win and you dominate over the featherweight, eventually 2 years, 3 years, you're going to get asked about moving up. Do you think that's a possibility, or are you just, let's take it as it comes and let's leave that conversation for a later date?
Mate, yeah, I'm taking it. Obviously, I'm going to look at the featherweight division. That's going to be my division. There's going to be a lot of contenders coming through, but I mean, that lightweight fight comes up, I'll take it, and I will float about it. Obviously, you're not going to say no when you put in that position. Max done the same. Max was saying, look, I'm going to worry about the featherweight division. But then there comes a time when you start looking at different divisions, bigger money, bigger opportunities. I'll be lying if I said I'm not looking at that. That's definitely something that can be happening along the line. But I'm looking to stay in a featherweight. I make featherweight pretty easy. You can see that I'm healthy right now. I weigh in tomorrow morning, and I'm healthy. I'm in good nick, and that just shows you that this is the division for me.
Thanks very much, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.